Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. It's been a while since I posted something on the dad series, so I'm gonna post one today. It's gonna be the updated version of my get home bag. It's right there. I'll show you. Just a little bit intro. You can skip it if you just want to see on the gear, but just a little bit of a backstory again, just like any other video when I make a video. This is an updated version. I made a get home bag like a year ago, a couple of years ago, maybe 2 years ago. I think it's a year ago. But it has my kids on it on the video. It's one of the few videos, or the first videos that at least I made on this channel for the dad series. And ever since then, my philosophy evolved and got updated on the things on what to put in it. Like in terms of if it's a bug out bag or a tool bag or a get home bag. So now I'm gonna narrow it down a little bit more specific to my needs and experiences. So let's get to it. I'll show you what's in the bag. We'll switch the view over there. Okay, so this is the gear. It kinda got divided in 3 items now, but I can still manage to carry this thing if I need to. And I'll show you real quick. So I updated the bag to like one of this. It's pretty much non-tactical looking. I mean, with the mole panel, it's still kind of tactical, but used to be like a green bag that's really tactical. This one is more of like a regular backpack that just have like a lot of. It's more of like a gray man kind of thing. So, but anyway. It has this thing so I can still carry my clothes if I need to, and then I just adjust the straps and putting in the wrong one. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, you get the whole idea. If I need to carry the clothes, but if I don't, I'll just leave it on the truck. So. But yeah, that's a quick and dirty demonstration on how to load that. And then I still have a hiking shoes, because you know when you're trying to get home, you're gonna be changing your apparel, because you know whatever the situation is, if it's raining or snowing, a good hiking shoes, like a good waterproof or water resistant one that has like at least ankle high. I don't know what it's called, like just to protect you for the elements. And then since we live in Utah, this goes on. I put a like some snow cleats just in case it gets icy or whatever. When seasons are over here in Utah, like Walmart or Target or whatever, they throw sales on a bunch of winter gear or seasonal items. You can get this for like $2 if you're lucky. But anyway, I just thought it was a good idea, so that's why it goes in there now. And then the clothes, it's still the same. So the difference is I keep it on this Toro bag that I got from work as a giveaway. And it doubles as another backpack if you need to haul something, but it's just cheap ones. And then inside of it is your standard, still the same. You have toiletry bag with sanitizer, one of those compressed towelettes that you put water. So you have some wet wipes, toothpaste, and a bar of soap for cleaning, and some wipes that surprisingly haven't dried out yet, which is nice. And then your change of clothes. So my concept on the get home bag is to get you home. So however shape is possible, whether you get a hitchhike or walk around or swim or whatever. So I figure a bright color is great. I just roll it out just so it saves some space. Extra pair of socks. They say to put like a wool socks in case it's winter time. That's a good idea. But I do have a different video for my setup on winter, which is coming soon. But you'll see it over there. That's my winter setup that I'll explain on a different video that I keep on a truck. And then belt, change of underwear, and those pants that converts to a shorts if you need to. It has like one of those zippy things that you unzip and it becomes a shorts. So nothing too fancy on the change of clothes. My concept on the clothes still kind of stayed the same. You need a new different kind of clothing or change of clothes in case you have to tackle the elements or something. So yeah, but let's go to the main bag. So like I said, I upgraded to the, not really upgraded, but I just found this on Facebook Marketplace. I was just lucky. It's a 511 back. I forgot what it's called. It's like one of those old models from like 2000 something. Pretty good bag. Yeah, the straps are good. I like this kind of straps because they kind of like rest behind your neck. So, but yeah, let's open it up. So see what's inside. I guess before I open this, let's just go through this. So like I said, to get home, whether you hitchhike or whatever, you need to be seen. So I have one of this cheap reflector device that the road construction crew uses, so you can be seen when you're walking on the side of the road or in a field somewhere, so people can see you. It's not like you're trying not to get home or not be seen, but the goal is to get home. So that's a must. An emergency, not really emergency. This is just they after COVID, this went on sale, and I figure stock up a little bit. So whether there's like social unrest that you need to cover your face, this can solve it, or like protects you too for like if it's a little smoky, there's a wildfire or whatever. Good to have. And this is just a one garbage bag, so you can make a lot of things, whether it's a raincoat or you have to bag something, cover something, goes in there, and just a pair of gloves so you're not touching it with your bare hands, because delicate hands. So let's put that there, and that's pretty much it. And then on the outside zipper, I just have a pouch with, I just have a little bit of bandages, because that has a slot in it. A little bit of a morale patch. And this is where I keep like the EDC items, I guess. Your typical fire starter, a big lighter. When you're trying to get home, the last thing you want to do is like start a fire like caveman style. Like if you need to be warm quick, you need something to warm up your start a fire pretty quick. And just a flashlight. This is an Olight i3T EOS. I'm an avid fan with a reverse clip. You can buy this cheap in Amazon. I'm an avid fan of AA and AAA battery, because in case you run out, you can always find it in like 7-Eleven, and it's the universal picture of a battery, I guess. Some tweezers in case you get like a splinter. This is just a Fisher space pen for writing stuff. I have a roll of duct tape in here for fixing things. Duct tape. Everybody knows that you can do a lot of things with the duct tape. Roll of duct tape in one of those game cards or like a credit card. Goes in there, and then just a backup knife, a foldable backup knife, a Kershaw one. You can buy this in a pack of 3s in like Sam's Club or whatever. I've had like a lot of cheap knives, and you're gonna be destroying it anyway. So, and a multi-tool. This is a Beebury or Byberry. I don't know how to say it. But the important part about this is a glass breaker right here. So in case you have to like take shelter on your way home, or just trying to help somebody out, and it has a flint rod as well, in case you have to start the fire. Oh, it's removable. I forgot. How do you take this out? Oh, I have to cut it out because it shrank because it's cold. Anyway, yeah, you can see it right there. And then the all-purpose multi-tool. Pliers, knives, saws, and can opener if you need to open like some food on the way home or something like that. And then just a Sharpie for leaving notes. You can buy this small pack of Sharpies in Amazon. Most of the stuff came from like Amazon and Harbor Freight and like Costco or Sam's Club. They don't pay me, but I shop there, so that's that. So in case you need something, that's your EDC pouch. I have a monocular because my teacher when I was in elementary and Boy Scouts and stuff, he told me that it's nice to see from a perspective when you're traveling or navigating. So monocular, just one of those chem light or snap light. You break it up and then it lights up. The good thing about this is when you're traveling at night and let's say they can't see you, you can snap one and then just cling it in one of this moly panel and they can at least see you, you get the idea. So I got 2 of those. And these are pretty cheap. They go on sale, even on Home Depot they sell this. It's like $1 you can buy 2, or like $1.50 you can buy 2. And then this is just one of those bikers use this. So like I said, when you're trekking, when you're trying to get home, so they can see you. When you're walking in the side of the road or whatever, or when you're rocking or whatever, they can see you. And it runs on AA battery. You can buy this in any hardware store or like a sports store. But yeah, that's it. Nothing too fancy on the outside. Let's go on the side pockets first. A fire starter kit. So in case you're trying to get home, right? And then there's a scenario where your home is like 30 miles and it takes you more than a day. Then you probably have to camp somewhere. You can like start a fire just to keep predators away or to keep yourself warm. So fire starter kit, and then has another big lighter, waterproof matches, some cotton balls, and I made this. This is just group of matches that I wrap in jute twine and then dip in wax. So at least this, I think when I did this burns for a good minute or something, which is pretty cool. Maybe more than that, but yeah. And you can, it's like homemade. That's this fire starter kit. The side here, and then on the side I have paracord, just like any other utility items. And the purpose of this is if you have to carry stuff, it's cordage. So yeah. And then another good item to have is like flares, good for starting fires. And if you have to, there's an emergency, and let's say it's at nighttime, and let's say they can't see you, you light this baby up and they can see you. 2 small flares. I put it in a Ziploc just so there's no accidental touching or getting wet or anything like that. And then this is just a piece of all-weather notebook in case you need to leave notes or you have to like jot your information from like road signs or something like that. That works with the pen that's in here. Yeah, that's it. Nothing else in there. Let's flip it on the other side. On the other side, there's 2 items in here. Okay. This is just one of those like hiking cups that you put it on open fire so you can filter water that you can put in here, and then this has a filter. There's a live straw. Some people say that get the metal one so you can directly put it on fire. I agree on that, but this is the one that I can afford, and I already had this one. That's why I just had this one, because I figure if it's a creek over there, you need water, you scoop it up, you purify it, then you transfer it in there. At least that's my idea about it. And yeah, you can buy this in, I think I bought this in Sierra or something. Anyway, that's for water. Because when you're traveling, if you don't have water, if you're trying to get home and you don't have water and it takes you more than 3 days without water, then you're on the outer pouch. This is just a, what do you call this? Just an old license. Just a last ditch effort for like information in case, I get stopped by police or whatever because you're hiking or whatever. And then always keep some cash You know, when you're hitchhiking, it's nice to give them a little bit of gas money, or you know, if you have to like buy in a vending machine on your way home or something like that. This is just in a chum's wallet, and I have like one of those like multi-tool thing from Night Easy. I don't know how to say it. Just some form of like tool. I like tools, so I had this, and I used to put this inside the label on the label thingy that's on the luggage. But yeah, just to keep it sturdy. That's it on the outside pouch. Now we're gonna go to the inside pouch for most of the stuff. Let me cut the video, and then we'll do the inside. Alright, so the inside of a pouch. I like this bag because it opens like a clamshell, which is kind of cool. And then it has a pocket in here. Let's start with a pocket in here before we go to the other stuff. And then it has like this like Velcro one. Velcro, just like a slot, but I don't know what to put in there. But over here I have a headlamp that doesn't have the battery. So, you know, lighting is good. Is needed when you're, you know, if you have to ditch your truck and, you know, it's nighttime. So the batteries are actually go in one of these. So I got multiple batteries for multiple purposes, I guess. The good thing about this containers are they're like stackable. And I remember buying this specifically in like Amazon Prime Day. You can buy 6 of this for like $4 or whatever, and it's nice. You can fit, I think there's 5 of the AAA and technically 4 of the AA, but you can mix and match like I did, just to keep the batteries fresh. Because I mean, some flashlights they don't draw. They have the advanced technology that they don't draw on the battery, but you know, what do I know? This is just a lightning cable, like a 3 inches something cable for my cell phone, so I can charge it. And I don't have those fancy chargers, but I do have a Life Gear. This is one of those things where you crank it to charge it. It works by like, I think it's called a dynamo or whatever. And then it has like a USB port in there, and then it has a radio as well. That siren. That's one of those radio.
If you drive, you have to download.
Yep, you have to download. Okay, but yeah. And I figure when you're trying to charge, at least, you know, I think you crank it for a minute, then you get at least like 5 minutes of charge or something like that. At least that's how the math works. So that's pretty much, and it's a flashlight as well. Oh, I turn it on. It's not like as bright as you'll expect, but for a multi-tool, and the design of this thing is to be used, you know, for emergencies. Not a bad idea. That's it. And then I have a hat. So to protect you if it's sunny or whatever, at least you have some form of like headgear. I'm running out of space. Let me put the backpack down here so I can put it on the table. Okay. So first aid kit. This is just like a China brand. This used to have a piece of plastic and melted. It's so hot because it stays on the thing. And here I just cram what I can to cover whatever needed. I have some gloves, some bandages, some first aid cream. You know, it's a first aid kit that, you know, it's like Frankenstein gauzes. I got some Clear Eyes, Sharpie, in case you need to use a tourniquet, you can write something. This like tiny Vaseline ones, some Tylenol, another set of tweezers, a bug spray. And then always keep like one of this thing when you buy one, because you have, in an event of an emergency, if you don't panic, most of this stuff, the information of the emergency is here. So all you have to do is like read them, and it saves you. Oh, another thing too, mole padding or mole skin. If you're going to be hiking, which most of the time you'll probably do if you can't find a ride when you're trying to get home, you get blisters, so that saves the day. And I just have like a Mylar blanket in case, you know. I see this on like movies that they use this for the emergency, so I figure I'll put one. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then, just some cheap scissors that I wrap in duct tape because I had some extra duct tape. I think I have like one of those heat thingy that when you open to fight hyperthermia, or at least you don't get cold at least. And then I think I also have some like Imodium and allergy meds in here for when you're when you're like the anti-diarrheal. Yeah, the last thing you want to do is go number 2 in a place where you don't want to. I mean, so at least that saves you. Yeah, this thing's pretty loaded. Maybe I'll find something better on this one. And I just like this pouch because they're like compact and they're cheap. It's like a Chinese brand or whatever. First aid kit. I wear glasses, so when you're trying to get home, make sure you have extra pair of eyes. This is just my old glasses. Chances are I have sunglasses with me on the truck, which I'll be using, but in case mine break, that's kind of like the pain when you have 4 eyes. So, and this is a rain jacket. It's a Columbia one. So when you're gonna be exposed to the elements, so might as well bring a rain jacket. I recommend this kind of style because this works as a layer as well, and it comes with a pouch, so you can collapse it. So it has a hoodie here, but yeah, you see the rain jacket in here. I'll unfold it later. Another one. This is a rain poncho by Anu. I bought this in like Amazon. This is a poncho and a tarp. So in case you have to, like on the scenario that I mentioned earlier, you have to like, when you're trying to get home and it's a little bit farther than expected and you have to camp out for a few hours when you're resting, you have a nice tarp / poncho. Emergency BV. I guess, in case you have to sleep on and it's really that cold, between all of these layers plus the clothing, I think that will keep you warm in case of emergency. And lastly, second to last, just a cheap tarp I got from Walmart. So in case you're resting somewhere, you have to cover something. At least you're not touching the ground directly, And the last things on the backpack, I consolidated everything. Yep, is some emergency food and electrolytes and tuna. Because when you're gonna be burning calories when you're hiking. Because this bag is not designed for like 3 days spending night. This is designed hours, like tops, maybe 24 hours for you to get home. So these are the supplements that you need: some emergency water, some snacks, until you get home. Because that's the whole idea of this get home bag, is in less than a day you get home and you can rethink what's going to happen next. That's pretty much it on the bag. Yep, that's not I just keep the this has like one of those waist packs. I just keep it in here. But that's it for my emergency get home bag. Sorry. So this is the updated version. It's much more of a gray man instead of like looking too much tactical. That gives you the impression that you're going to war or something. But I designed this for myself, for my needs, and hopefully this gives you an idea on what you can always make your own and build it the way you find it efficient and needed on your purpose. If you live in much colder region than I do, then obviously you need thicker clothes. If you can pass by a McDonald's, Taco Bell, KFC, and other franchise fast food on the way home, maybe you don't need the food. But we live in a country area, country city kind of area, so the idea is to keep moving so you can get home. So unless you want to actually like experience it, where trying to get home and you want to stop by to get like a burger or whatever, then it's up to you. Anyway, too much talking, but this is it. Hopefully it gives you an idea. I'll post a photo on what it looks like on the truck, maybe on the first introduction. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If there's anything that needs to be changed, I like answering comments and reading, good or bad, because that's how I evolved my my thinking on this get home bag idea. And I'm doing this as part of getting in the part of preparedness as a dad as well. So my kids have one that you can see on the links on the video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So see you next time. Peace.